Unless you've been living under a rock for the past decade or so, you would know that classic C10 pickups are the hottest trucks in the marketplace and at all of the biggest shows. And if you are inspired to build one, I suggest you don't turn a wrench on one until you hear these top 5 mods that will level up your project. Well, before we get ahead of ourselves on what to do with these trucks, let's clarify what a C10 truck is in the first place. Since the beginning, the automotive market has been ever evolving, and in 1960, GM revolutionized their truck lineup with the CK series of pickups, which is better than previous models by leaps and bounds. Out with some of the old technology like straight front axles, which was replaced by an independent front suspension. And most half-ton trucks came paired with a rear trailing arm suspension that has coil springs for a smoother ride. I think at the time, GM realized that trucks were no longer just for commercial or industrial purposes, and there was a massive customer base for consumer-level pickups. These haulers were made sleeker than the trucks of the past, and fleet-side beds became the norm. These trucks were designed with the everyday person in mind, a person that drives more regularly and only needs to haul lighter loads in the bed, hence making them more versatile than ever before. Now, what's the difference between C and K series trucks produced from 1960 to 1987? Well, any of the C model trucks are 2-wheel drive and K models are 4-wheel drive. However, when it comes to K5 Blazers, there are 2-wheel drive versions of them. It's just confusing, but it is what it is. Furthermore, the number designation in these trucks calls out their hauling and towing capabilities. For example, a C10 is a 2-wheel drive half-ton pickup, while a K20 is a 4-wheel drive 3/4-ton truck. If you want to dig further into these trucks, you can check out a previous video I did called Why Are C10s So Popular? Now, C10s are obviously more popular with hot rodders and lower truck fans as they are smaller and sportier. Though, there are also long bed C10s and they are actually better priced as they are less desirable. I would not shy away from them either because you can always cut them down to make them more appropriately sized. Heck, I even did this in the comforts of a driveway and it's not as bad as you would think. I got a frame kit from Brothers Trucks and it made it a walk in the park. From there, you can either cut up the old sheet metal or purchase a whole new bed if your budget allows it. Oh shoot, I'm getting into mods already and we haven't even gotten to our list yet. Oh well, we'll just consider chopping up a long bed a bonus mod, I guess. Anyways, I'm making this list a bit simple for those that might be limited on funds to concentrate on the most basic points to get your truck up to par so you can fit in with all of us cool cats. Alright, well to start off, my first must-have mod is exterior cleanup. Now we all like clean painted vehicles, but in order to get them to a respectable shine, it requires a lot of work to make sure that you get a quality job. You'll want to repair any body damage obviously, and any rust as it will ruin your paint with time. After that, it will need to be expertly bodyworked to make sure the exterior is straight. Once painted, it needs to be wet sanded smooth and buffed to a shine. After all this work is done, you'll want to keep up the shine with a coating of wax every few months. And as you can already tell, this is a lot of upkeep. I'm not trying to knock on paint as nothing compares to a finely finished ride, but there are alternatives that are easier on the wallet and to apply. If you want to shine without paint, you can always get your truck wrapped. Though this is a cheaper alternative, it can cost thousands and won't have the longevity of high quality paint jobs. But it is a good way if you're looking to save and might want to change the look of your ride every so often. If you have a truck with some nice patina, you can always roll with it as is or even protect it with a number of products like those from Sweet Patina, which add a nice sheen to your weathered exterior. If this is your plan, I would also replace a few key parts as needed. New mirrors and door handles can make quite the difference. New bumpers can be a nice touch too, and on later model square bodies, the plastic grills may need replacing as well. Next, let's take a look at the interior. This is an important space as this is where you spend a lot of time if you plan on doing a bit of cruising. Now, some people would recommend things like adding a stereo, which is nice, but honestly not necessary. Many people will attest that the best way to get the most out of your driving experience is by listening to your engine as it sings down the highway. Woo! Another luxury is air conditioning. And yes, it is nice not to sweat your guts out on hot summer days, but if you like rolling your truck enough, you can bear through it. More importantly, in my opinion, is to upgrade the seating. The seats on these trucks are notorious for deteriorating. The springs can break, and the vinyl upholstery generally gives out with time. Though, they can easily be repaired on the cheap with a recover kit, and most upholstery shops can install them pretty cheap and easily. Now if you have the budget, you can go with new seats from TMI Products or Snowden, which have foam padding and can be upgraded with leather for more comfort. Plus, you can add trick designs to up your truck's appeal. Either way, your butt will probably thank you for keeping things nice and cozy. Well, moving on, I think we all enjoy a vehicle that can get up to speed in a reasonable amount of time. Thankfully, C10s came with a good amount of power stemming from either an inline-6 or various V8 engines that are notorious for their performance potential. Even better, you can equip them with modern electronic fuel injection, also known as EFI. If you ask me, installing EFI is a vital upgrade you can make, as the power plants on these trucks came with temperamental carburetors. Yes, carbs can be fine-tuned for optimal performance, but they are also very finicky when it comes to air temperature and altitude. To be an expert on tuning them is like being some magical mystical wizard. And yeah, they are simple, but they can also be a pain in the you-know-what. What I like about EFI is that an engine equipped with one of these units is more reliable. Though I will say that it is standard procedure to turn the key to the on position and wait just a few seconds before you can turn it further to start the engine. This may be a bit annoying, but the purpose of this is to give time for the electronic pump to move fuel to the throttle body to prime the engine for startup. Even better, EFI systems allow you to adjust everything to your liking, including ignition timing and air-fuel ratios. You can tune them to dump more fuel at high RPMs to get maximum performance and lean them up for better efficiency. Though I will say that small and big block engines were designed with older technology, and you can't expect to get substantially better efficiency. On my 62 GMC, I have a 383 cubic inch small block, and it gets around 8 to 10 miles per gallon, even though it has an overdrive transmission. The only other option here is gearing down the rear end, but that just means you'll be turning the rear wheels at a lower rate, hence slowing down your truck. Now you might be thinking there are other performance mods like camshafts, cylinder heads, and exhausts that you can add, and yes, they are great mods, but I think it is better to have a truck that can run smooth down the highway. Another great thing about these trucks and the parts available out there is that you can easily swap in modern engines like LS and LT units. You can also add superchargers and turbos, but these make things more complex and more difficult to drive on a regular basis. On top of that, you can easily go down the rabbit hole with performance mods, and this is no poor man's game. I say keep it simple and enjoy your ride. On the subject of making your truck more fun, lowering is essential to making it stand out from the crowd. Though how you get there is a matter of opinion, as it gets pretty complicated here. Now you can go respectably low on a budget with static drops, which include various parts like drop springs, spindles, rear axle flip kits, rear frame notches, and shocks to tame bouncing. Though this is a good route for those with limited project funding, you will be sacrificing ride quality. In my seasoned opinion, coilovers are the optimum way to get your truck down and maintain a smooth ride. In the good old days, it used to be difficult to add them to a C10, but now there are many companies like RideTech, QA1, and TCI that offer easy to install kits for most of these trucks. They may cost more than static drops, but you definitely get what you pay for. Of course, you can go even further with air ride, but that type of suspension is complicated on a whole different level. If you want to learn more about the intricacies of all these different suspension types, you can check out a previous video where I compare all of them. Well, I've said it before, and I will say it again, wheels are the biggest make or break mod for any vehicle. They are a must for any custom truck and directly reflect the unique style of your ride. What always has and always will be popular is custom-made billet wheels. This is because they can be tailored to fit the specific dimensions of your truck and polished to a high shine. But there are a few drawbacks here, as they can be pricey and keeping them clean is a real task. The shine will dull with exposure to the elements, and the only way to revive them is by polishing them by hand or machine if you have the tools. Either way, it's a tiring process and a big drawback to running a set of billets. However, you can clear coat or powder coat them, but they won't shine the same. Another bad thing about them is that the aluminum material they are made of is a bit soft, and you can bend or break them while hitting obstacles on the road. A good alternative is chrome wheels, which shine good and are usually cheaper, though sizing is limited, and honestly, I don't like the colder tone in the shine of their finish. What's really a good option is oversized steelies. My friends at Detroit Steel Wheel Company make nice rollers that are pretty decently priced and will get you a classic look in updated sizes. By adding wheels, you will probably have to get a new set of tires, and when it comes to quality tires for classic trucks, Nitto has some good options like the NT555 G2 or the NT420V that have great traction in dry and wet conditions. And there you have it, my top 5 must-have mods for Chevy C10s. Remember, this is just a starting point. The beauty of these trucks lies in their endless customization possibilities. Whether you're aiming for a show-stopping build or a daily driver with modern conveniences, the C10 platform offers something for everyone. Don't be afraid to experiment and make it your own. The most important thing is to enjoy the process and have fun building your dream truck. With that being said, happy wrenching, my friends. Well, that just about does it for this video, and we thank you for watching it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future video, and we will catch you next time.